anticlimactic. Hey everybody, welcome to Strumming with Christopher. I'm Christopher Gallegos with Monterey County Free Library's Gonzales branch. And hope you all have been practicing your minor pentatonic scale that I've shown you in the last two episodes. So we started out with this shape up here and then we extended it. So once you learn to scale up and down, there's a tendency to be comfortable with that. But we don't want to get too comfortable. We want to start getting into the mindset of, well, how would I create a melody with that? How would I make up a guitar solo? And one of the easiest two tricks, and they're hardly tricks. Once you play for a while, sometimes you do it naturally, you don't think about it, but we're learning concepts and vocabulary. So you can add a hammer-on and a pull-off. And they're essentially twin siblings. A pull-off essentially comes out of a hammer-on, but I'm going to show you what it looks and sounds like, okay? So I'm going to just go to my D string, index finger 5th fret and ring finger 7th fret, which is part of that minor pentatonic shape. And I'm going to show you what a hammer-on would sound like as opposed to just playing the string twice. So I'm going to do two downstrokes, one for the 5th fret, one for the 7th fret. It would look like this. So I'm playing. Pluck each string, pluck it once, pluck it twice, right? And then what would hammer-on be? Hammer-on would be I'd play the first note and then I would hammer my finger down onto the 7th fret instead of plucking it. So it would sound like this. So play, play, or look at my right hand versus hammer-on. Or say I do a hammer-on on two strings, or I'll pluck 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, versus. See how the character's a little bit different? Sounds a little more cool when you hammer on. So essentially you're using your left hand to sound a note in a way other than picking it. And a pull-off is essentially the reverse of that. So what was I playing there? I was playing fret 5 and 7 on the D and on the G. Pluck it, downstroke, hammer on. And a pull-off would be where once you hammer on, you kind of pull the finger away from the string, but you sound it a little bit, so it'd be like this. Hammer on with a pull-off. See what I did there? So I'll try to, it's hard to slow it down, but. So the pull-off is that end part where your finger kind of comes off a little bit, and it'd be like hammer on, pull-off. Versus 1, 2, 3, pluck the string all 3 times. 1, 2, 3, versus hammer on, pull off. So you see you're using your right hand for the 3 notes, 5, 7, 5. 5, 7, 5, versus 5, hammer on, pull off. So 5 to 7, pull off. So you start to see how it even sounds like a guitar solo a little bit as you're doing it. And, you know, like with anything else, moderation is key. You don't want to just be hammering and pulling off like crazy because it'll sound kind of silly and it'll tire your hand out when you're learning it. Last time I had you practice the minor pentatonic scale, had you do it down, doing all downstrokes, and then I had you do it up, doing all upstrokes. How about you do that, but you add a hammer-on and a pull-off? So what would that sound like? Well, let's check it out. And I'll just have you do it. How about I have you do the hammer-on and the pull-off going down? Because coming up, it's a little bit more difficult, but I'll have you do that. So all downstrokes and try the hammer-on and pull-off like this. So this is how it would sound normally, plucking every note, okay? Okay, with the hammer-on and pull-off, it would be. See the difference? And you can do both if you really want to challenge yourself. Do the picking down first and then do hammer-ons and pull-offs. So like this. And then try it again. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing. And it'll start kind of giving you the ear for things you hear in rock guitar solos, honestly. You'll hear things like, you know. Essentially all guitar solos, especially when you're doing these pentatonic scales, it's a combination of playing fast, hammer-ons, pull-offs, and you start to see how you can add variety as opposed to just going up and down, up and down. So we're still going to be going up and down for this practice exercise. But yeah, that's my challenge to you. Go down with hammer-ons and pull-offs, at least going down, just for now. So, and remember picking down, just for ease right here. Trying to slow it down. Maybe you can't do it going up. It feels incredibly hard to do it on the way up. You can kind of hammer on at least from the pinky to the index. But yeah, just go down. So again, challenge like I said last time. You really want to work out. You can still be doing your going down, right? All the way starting from fret 1, but then try it with the hammer-ons and pull-offs, going down only. So it'd be like... You know what I mean? And you're going to find, and it's not in your head, if you're saying, oh, my hand hurts, I can't do this, guitar's not for me. You're going to notice a couple things. You're going to notice once you start playing the strings up here, the low E, the A, and the D, they're going to be a little harder because they're thicker. They're the bass strings. So don't be discouraged. And when you go up here higher, it's going to be a little harder up here because the string tension is higher as you go up toward the neck. As you go up the neck here, string tension is a little bit higher. So that's why when I say go up and down, it'll get easier as you go down. Strings seem to get a little less hard to play. That's fine. Part of the thing that I didn't say at the beginning of this, or maybe I did, is part of what makes guitar so difficult when you're learning is that your hands don't have that specific strength yet. Think about any sport where you have to learn unique movements. Gymnastics is different than weightlifting. Rowing is different than running because you're using different muscles in a different way. So your hand is not used to doing this kind of stuff. And now you've gotten some good strength from bar chords, definitely. But when you're doing melody, it tires the fingers out a little bit more because you're moving them individually. That's why I'm having you do exercises. So you're learning the sounds, you're getting the scale shape under your fingers, but you're also gaining strength and mobility and dexterity in both hands. And the hammer-on, it's going to give you a workout. And the pull-off, it feels different, but that's why if you practice the shape up and down the fretboard, you'll be an expert in no time. So, to review, it's my challenge for you. And we'll start with our A minor pentatonic example. You can play it up and down like you've been doing. That's still valuable. Challenge you to just go down doing the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So your index finger, you'd pluck the note and then you'd hammer on and do that pattern all the way down. Index finger pluck down and pinky or ring finger hammer on and pull off. So you see how it starts sounding almost like a guitar solo, just even playing it down? So yeah, it's another trick, two tricks to add to your arsenal, hammer on and pull off. And they're essentially a pair, but they're just cool, you know? When you play two notes really, really quickly with that, it's called a trill. That's something you'll see in really advanced stuff. It sounds something like, you know? So, yes, that's my challenge / lesson for you today. I hope you guys have been liking these lessons on minor pentatonic scale and melody. You see that we have a lot of things to talk about. That's why we're still here. I'm so happy that you're still watching, and I really hope you're getting some cool stuff out of this. Love making them for you, and glad I can share my expertise with you in this area. Thank you all. Hope you have a great week.